Hey, Vinyl Community, it's Trevor back with another Flat Round and Spun here to show off my second quarter vinyl finds. I've said this numerous times. I'm not one to go out weekly and just buy stuff just to buy stuff. I'm pretty frugal in that sense, and just trying to be real particular with things anymore. Um, one, I got some VCLT in this, some other stuff I've accumulated, and then some stuff I got on my annual Father's Day shopping spree that me and the kid always go on to every year. Um, Within this quarter was record store day. I already did a video for that, so I'm not going to show that stuff. So, not going to repeat. Anyhow, let's get to it. The first one was a VCLT from my good friend Steve over at A is for Alice, B is for Bob. And I was asking uh, if he happens to see anything from this band, if he could, you know, let me know if he can send me something. He was going to a record show, record fair, whatever you want to call it. And it's a band that this is going to seem completely out of my wheelhouse, but it was something that my dad played all the time when I was a kid, young teenager. When I was neck deep in Judas Priest and Iron Maiden, he was playing this in the car, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so boring. Now I'm like digging it. But the album or the artist is Alabama, and the album is The Closer You Get. When was this from? This was from 1983, I want to say. Hold on, let me take a look here. Yeah, 1983. So, yeah, I was into those two bands I was talking about, and just the basic general heavy metal that was out at the time. So, yeah, he got it for a really decent price. So he just like, yeah, don't worry about BCLT. So, yeah, just something I grew up with by proxy because my dad played it all the time. So, Alabama, the closer you get. And then this is the first time I ever got an RSD Essential album. And I want to say that this is the fourth album from this band, but it's from the most famous band from Liverpool. And that's Carcass. Heartwork from 1993. So 10 years after the other album. Um, it's funny, RSD Essentials. Carcass does not come to mind, usually. Um, so it's on this weird. Well, it says purple and pink marble. I don't know where any of the purple's at, but anyway. So this is when they kind of their grindcore past is completely gone on this. They're much more melodic death metal at the time. So just an awesome record. I've had this on CD forever, but good to have it on vinyl. First RSD Essentials. I got two more on pre-order that should be coming in. One coming in a few weeks, and then another one coming in August. So look forward to that. But yeah, Carcass, Heartwork. This is a band that my friend Beth over at Atomic Genius turned me on to. Actually, I got a CD in the kind of goodie bag from RSD this year, and that was just an EP from this band, but this is their full length. But the band is Grandifolia, and the album is Yesterday's Cul-de-sac. Um, most of the band is in Portland, though the one guitarist is here in Puyallup, Washington. Um, and funny enough, that's him right there. As a kid, I did not know that until Beth pointed that out to me. Um, So Grandifolia, how do I describe them? This is not an insult whatsoever, but at times it kind of feels what would later be known as yacht rock, but kind of soft rock. Still some edge in there too. Um, but it's a really, really good album. I mean, the first song has kind of a, Black Crowes, Rival Sun sound to them. But the rest of the album is very laid back and it is just really, really cool. Um, Hoping to be doing some work with these guys soon in this video form. Either Harold or the entire band. We're going to do something in the near future, hopefully. So, yeah, so if you get a chance to, if you stream or, look it up, look, Grandifolia, yesterday's called sec. Check it out. Super cool stuff. I'm going to skip over this for a minute. And now we're going to go with the stuff I got from Father's Day. So the kid and I, we went to High Voltage this time. We didn't do Easy Street. I wanted to keep it, pretty local. I accumulated some stuff that I was going to purge. I'm not going to show off what I purged because, whatever. But anyway, I got some credit back and some things I'm replacing in here. So this is something I'm replacing an unofficial copy I have. And it's really cool that I got an official copy. It's a album I've loved for decades. And that is River Runs Red by Life of Agony from 1993. This is, I mean, if you don't know Life of Agony, they're kind of like that heavy metal, hardcore crossover out of New York. But this is their debut full-length record. Let's see, Real Gone Music redid this. Very cool. Kind of clear red and blue in there. But yeah, just a classic record. Glad to have this. I don't know what I'm going to do with my unofficial copy. Kind of like I got the first Danzig as an unofficial. I bought that a couple years ago in Boston. Now I got the official. I don't know what to do with the unofficial. So anyway, Life of Agony. Another one I'm replacing is I had an Italian Vertigo version of this thing, and quite honestly, I thought it sounded like absolute shit. And then they announced that they were doing these Rhino Reserve ones, so I got a copy of that, and that is the debut from solo work with Dio, Ronnie James Dio, Holy Diver, of course, from 1983. Man, we're just going with the 83, 93. Here we go. But the classic album, first time I've ever done the Rhino Reserve. I did manage to peel this back to where I didn't have to tear this off. It's odd that they make this seal instead of sealing the record. So, but yeah, actually finally played this today earlier, and it sounds amazing, really, really good. So, Holy Diver from Dio. Another one of those albums where I had it on cassette back in the day. Later on, had it on CD, and now I finally got the vinyl version of it, and it pretty much completes my collection of this band because I've made no secret of it at all that, out of the big four, this is my least favorite band. But I got the second of the two albums I really like by them, and it's Peace Sells, but Who's Buying from Megadeth, 1986, the year of thrash, it seems like. We all know this album, we all love it. Classic record, especially the title track and Wake Up Dead, and a bunch of other cool stuff on here, with the exception of Ain't Superstitious cover. Not necessarily, they could have wrote something else and put that in there, but cool stuff. Capitol label, just on plain black, so nothing special, but glad to finally get this in the collection. and one I was surprised to find. Obviously, this is a used copy because I highly doubt that this will ever get reissued. It's not even on streaming. But being a huge fan of the Jay Giles band, this is the first solo album from Peter Wolf, Lights Out from 1984. You can get it for a bad price, 13 bucks. Um, Clean. There's no real wear on this jacket. I mean, it probably barely got played. But yeah, it kind of just sounds like um, the last two Jay Giles records, honestly, with a bit some more bluesy kind of going back to the blues thing that Peter was known for. But it's a good record. I only knew two songs off this, so it was good to hear the rest of it. So Peter Wolf, Lights Out. And then the last two are brand new releases, and for some reason, my pre-orders they took forever to get to me. I mean, I got them like weeks after it got released, and I don't know why it took so long. But first one is a band that I got turned on to around 2020. A buddy of mine turned me on to, and this is, I think, their fourth record, but the third one that I'm into. And this one is just amazing. That's Slift and Fantasia. I've talked about them many times. A French trio, and they're very much into like that kind of sci-fi, psychedelic metal, stoner, doom kind of thing. The difference is the two previous records, everything is just drenched in reverb. This one they scaled it way back. I mean, almost to the point where it almost sounds like a Rick Rubin production in a way. But it sounds fantastic. Great songs. The Just how they did it was just absolutely amazing. It's on this mustard yellow on Sub Pop. It's on a single jacket, so nothing to show there. But yeah, they're going to be playing here in Seattle in October, and I'm hoping to go see them again because I've seen them the last two tours, and they're just absolutely amazing live, and I hope to see them again. And each time I've seen them, they've been in a bigger room. The first time I saw them is like a room that held 300 people. Then they played the upstairs, which I think like 500-600, and now they're going to be playing Numos, which is the very first venue I ever went to in Seattle before I even lived here. And that place holds like 800, so they're growing. So Fantasia from Slift, and then the one that, for those of us that are into the heavy stuff, this dropped on us by total surprise back in March, um, with no fanfare whatsoever. They just put it out digitally. I think they wanted to feel like how much people wanted physical copies of this stuff, so they didn't press it quite yet. They were taking pre-orders that very day, and we all freaked out when this came out. And thankfully, I subscribed to Apple Music, no shame whatsoever, so I was able to listen to this album for the last few months, and I just got this in this past week. And I don't know, it's got one of those more matte finished sleeves on it, but I'll take it out of the outer sleeve. But that is what's it called? An Undying Love for a Burning World from the Mighty Neurosis. I like that spot varnish on there. Let's see, gatefold, lyrics, artwork, and that right there. And this is called a Tiger Eye. This pressing, so it pretty much kind of matches the color scheme of the album cover. But yeah, these guys, they hadn't put out an album in over 10 years, and yeah, just a surprise. We thought they were done after letting go of uh, singer guitarist Scott Kelly because of his personal situation, and it kind of, I think they felt like it kind of tarnished their band. So with some time, they were able to, you know, get together. I guess over the last year and a half, they secretly got together and kind of pieced this together. And yeah, it was a total surprise to us. So there's a lot of us that are just, very grateful that these guys, picked up and, you know, ran with it and just put out an amazingly heavy album. It is so awesome. So anyway, those are my finds for the last 3 months. And, you know, if you're unfamiliar with some of them, check it out. It's the internet. You could find all this stuff and, sample this stuff. But anyway, good to see you all. And you know what? I forgot to grab a beer. I'll deal with that later. I was going to say cheers, but I'll say cheers anyway. So anyway, Vinyl Community, thank you for watching. Thank you for letting me ramble on for over 15 minutes. And we'll talk to you soon. See ya!